What if I told you there are rocks in America that move on their own, carving long trails across the desert with no wind, no hands, and no explanation? Or that there's a patch of land in Massachusetts where UFOs, ghosts, and Bigfoot-like creatures are considered regular locals? America isn't just a land of opportunity, it's a land of mystery. From coast to coast, bizarre events and strange locations defy explanation, baffling scientists and storytellers alike. Today, we're diving deep into some of the strangest, unexplained phenomena found only in the United States, separating solid science from spine-chilling legend. Number 1. The Sailing Stones of Death Valley. Our journey begins in one of the harshest places on Earth, Death Valley, California. On a dry lake bed called Racetrack Playa, something extraordinary happens. Massive rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, appear to sail across the cracked desert floor entirely on their own. For decades, this was one of Earth science's most haunting mysteries. Visitors found these stones at the ends of long furrows carved into the mud, with no footprints, no tire tracks, and no logical explanation. Some tracks were straight, others curved, and a few even made perfect right angles. Theories swirled. Hurricane-force winds, magnetic fields, hoaxes, even aliens. But no one had ever seen the rocks move until 2013. A team of researchers fitted several stones with motion-activated GPS trackers and finally caught them in the act. The answer? A perfect and extremely rare chain of natural events. First, rain must create a thin layer of water across the playa. Then, as temperatures drop overnight, that water freezes into a delicate sheet of ice. When the morning sun rises, the ice cracks and begins to drift under a light wind, pushing the rocks slowly, almost imperceptibly, across the slick, muddy surface. The stones glide just a few feet per minute and only under these razor-thin conditions. It might happen once a decade, if that. Science may have solved the mechanics, but the magic remains. Even now, some of the heaviest boulders move in perfect unison. A silent ballet of nature that still leaves scientists puzzled. Sometimes the truth behind a mystery only makes it more incredible. Number 2, the Marfa Lights of Texas. Next, we head to the high desert of West Texas, near the small town of Marfa, home to a light show no one can fully explain. Since the late 1800s, people have reported mysterious glowing orbs hovering in the night sky. These are the Marfa Lights, bright floating spheres that dance, split apart, merge, and vanish without a trace. They shimmer in colors of white, yellow, blue, and red, often moving in ways that seem intelligent, deliberate. The first recorded sighting was in 1883 when a cowboy mistook them for a Native American campfire. When he investigated, he found nothing. No fire, no ashes, just the cold desert. Today, there's even an official Marfa Lights viewing area, where people gather nightly hoping to see the phenomenon for themselves. Scientists have tried to demystify it. Some believe the lights are headlights from distant cars, their beams distorted by layers of hot and cool air. A mirage known as a fata morgana. Others suggest they're caused by natural gases or electrical discharges from underground quartz. The so-called piezoelectric effect. But here's the thing. The lights were reported decades before cars existed. And many witnesses claim they move with impossible precision, darting skyward or merging in ways no headlights could. Are the Marfa Lights a mirage, an energy discharge, or something truly unknown? Despite countless studies, no one can say for sure. They remain one of America's most beautiful and baffling mysteries. What do you think the Marfa Lights really are? A scientific anomaly? Or something out of this world? Drop your theory in the comments below. Number 3, the Bridgewater Triangle of Massachusetts. Now we travel east, went out to a place where everything strange seems to happen at once. Welcome to the Bridgewater Triangle, a 200 square mile region in southeastern Massachusetts, famous for its concentrated dose of the paranormal. UFOs, ghosts, cryptids, cults, you name it, it's here. At the center lies the Hockomock Swamp, known to the native Wampanoag people as the place where spirits dwell. To English settlers, it was Devil's Swamp. This land carries a heavy history, ancient burial grounds, battlefields, and centuries of folklore. Some say that spiritual energy still lingers here, twisting reality in strange ways. Reports from the Triangle range from bizarre to bone-chilling. In Freetown Fall River State Forest, hikers report encounters with pukwudgies, small, troll-like creatures from Wampanoag legend said to lure people off trails. Others claim to have seen giant snakes, prehistoric birds called thunderbirds, and even Bigfoot-like creatures. Route 44 is haunted by the infamous red-headed hitchhiker, a ghost who appears suddenly in drivers' back seats before vanishing into thin air. UFO sightings are also rampant. Silent, glowing craft hovering over the swamps, strange orbs darting across the night sky. Some say it's all folklore. Others believe the land itself holds a dark resonance, a crossroad of energy where the supernatural and natural collide. Either way, the Bridgewater Triangle remains one of America's most active and unsettling mystery zones. Number 4, the Cursed Black Angel of Iowa. Now to the heartland, Iowa City. In the quiet Oakland Cemetery, one statue has terrified locals for over a century, the Black Angel. Standing nearly 9 feet tall, this bronze monument was built by Teresa Dolezal Feldevert in memory of her husband and son. But over the years, it darkened from brilliant bronze to a deep, eerie black. Science explains it as oxidation, a natural chemical reaction, but local legends say otherwise. They whisper that Teresa was cursed, that her sins turned the angel black as punishment. Some say lightning struck it the night she was buried, sealing her spirit inside. Whatever the truth, the statue gained a sinister reputation. According to folklore, touch the angel and misfortune will follow. If a pregnant woman walks beneath its wings, tragedy will strike. Kiss the statue at midnight on Halloween, and you'll die before morning. Of course, these are stories, but the fear is real. Visitors still leave offerings and avoid touching the statue just in case. Whether it's a warning, a curse, or just chemistry, the Black Angel of Iowa stands as a reminder that even monuments of love can become vessels for our darkest superstitions. Number 5, the sinister tale of Walking Sam. Our final stop takes us north to Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, home to one of America's most haunting modern legends, Walking Sam. Described as a 7-foot-tall, stick-thin shadow figure with long arms and no face, Walking Sam drifts silently through the trees. Locals say when he lifts his arms, the spirits of the dead hang from them. According to Oglala Lakota stories, he's a suicide spirit, a being that preys on the vulnerable, whispering despair and hopelessness until they end their own lives. Sightings of Walking Sam have coincided with tragic spikes in youth suicides across the reservation. Some say he's a spiritual manifestation of real suffering, poverty, loss, trauma, given form. Others see him as an ancient shadow spirit that's always been part of Lakota folklore long before the modern Slender Man. Whether real or symbolic, Walking Sam is one of America's darkest legends, a chilling blend of myth and heartbreak that reveals how folklore and reality can intertwine in terrifying ways. These stories are just a handful of the countless mysteries hidden across the United States. Which one disturbed you the most? Have you ever encountered something strange in your hometown? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. From stones that sail across the desert to lights that dance in the Texas night sky, America's mysteries remind us how much we don't know. Some have scientific answers, others defy every explanation we throw at them. But all of them, from the swamps of Massachusetts to the plains of South Dakota, tell us something deeper. The unknown is still alive and well. And maybe that's what makes these mysteries so powerful. Not that we can't explain them, but that they remind us how small we are in a world still full of wonder. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep searching.